Hello, guys. Good evening. It is really wet in Colorado right now. It is raining. There's thunder going off, as you may be able to hear. It's all of the gutters are like small rivers. We've had a very wet spring and early summer, so good for that. I'm outside of our building here. I'm enjoying the rain. Pardon the light blurs. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. Maybe. That's a little better. So, I want to talk about carbon dioxide, the gas that provides all of the life on Earth. If it weren't for carbon dioxide, life on Earth could not exist. Carbon dioxide fuels all of the things at the bottom of the food chain and on up. The plants, all of that, and all the small creatures that eat like the most basic plants, and then the bigger creatures, etc., all the way up the food chain. Pretty remarkable. It's interesting to analyze carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide was heading in a downward direction from my research. It was decreasing. The reason for that is because trees absorb carbon dioxide directly from the atmosphere. I was under the impression for years that then they fall to the ground and they release their carbon back. They don't. Quite a bit of the carbon dioxide, the carbon that the trees absorb, remains as wood on the ground. It decomposes of some, but a lot of it remains. And so it sequesters that carbon dioxide. Another big source is in the ocean. All of the shell-like creatures that create their shells out of calcium carbonate, which is created out of the carbon in the ocean, at the shallow upper levels of the ocean, where the exchange happens between the atmosphere and the ocean. And so they decrease CO2 in that area, or carbon. And so what happens is the ocean absorbs carbon out of the atmosphere. It's a perfect even balance between the ocean and the atmosphere. And so when the level lowers, then the other one gives it up. And another fact is that plants stop growing at about 280 or lower parts per million of carbon dioxide. They just don't grow. In the ocean, same thing. Once you get below 280 parts per million, it's done. You know, the creatures can't create shells. I mean, there's no plankton for those creatures to eat, so they will all die and perish, and so the bottom of the food chain goes away, and as a result, the rest of the food chain goes away. The Earth was headed, before us, towards the catastrophic end, that you might call it, of life. If you look at it as a global Earth phenomenon. We got somebody coming by. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. How about yourself?
All right, thank you.
Oh, I haven't seen this since the
So yes, the Earth was heading for catastrophic collapse of all life forms. Probably there would be some things that survived through it, and they, over in the next 500,000 to 1,000,000 years, could evolve and adapt, and life once again could be good. My God, there's so many little barky dogs around here, and they think they own the place. So yeah, it probably would have taken another 10,000 years as the plants and the shell-like creatures in the ocean continue to absorb carbon dioxide, and then it would hit rock bottom. But you know what? A miracle occurred. Humans, ironically, humans are sucking sequestered carbon out of the earth and putting it into the atmosphere. We've risen it, the level, from almost catastrophic up to a modest 350 or something like that parts per million. Keeping in mind that CO2 levels were way, way, way higher, like 3, 4, 5, 6 times higher in dinosaur days. That's why dinosaurs grew so big back then. That's why plants are huge. Big plants equals big food chain. Simple. You know, and now all our animals are just tiny, little things. You know, tiny little animals in comparison to some of a brontosaurus. Brontosaurus blows an elephant away, the size of that thing. So that was when there was much more carbon. Everybody's worried about the climate and all that. I'm not. You know, I know that I used to keep carbon dioxide levels in my grow room super high. And the plants loved it, and they grew tremendously. So yeah, humans have literally saved the planet from catastrophe because we are pulling sequestered carbon out of the earth and putting it into the atmosphere. And we want to literally yell and scream and say that that's a disaster. You know? And I know I haven't mentioned the big thing about that. I think I might have said it one time in this video, and we'll see if I get a little extra information box. I hate those things. My name is Jerome, and I am the Sane Realist. Have a good night.